everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk again about food and especially food as a trigger, and it's partially connected with the previous video that I have done about how to keep trigger food at home. And today I want to talk about the idea of trusting yourself in those triggering situations when you know there will be a lot of food around. So it's not only about keeping food at home, but it's also about vacation once we go to a hotel and there will be a lot of nice food. It's about different social events, birthday, weddings, again, different kind of holidays, Christmas especially, and other holidays, where there is a lot of tasty food around you. Everybody is eating because this is like tradition, and you think that you're not gonna be safe in that environment, that you think that you cannot trust yourself in that environment. Again, I'm not an expert. In this video I'm going to share only something that works for me, or at least partially works for me, because I'm still not in the place where I'm completely okay with the food and I'm completely trust myself around my trigger food. But definitely I'm now in a better place than I was a year ago, and I want to share those things that work for me, and maybe they also might be useful for you as well. So first of all, what I want to tell, that this idea that you can control yourself around food, that you can trust yourself around food, it's not something that some people have and some people don't. This is something like a skill that one can build up, and it only takes some efforts, it takes some mindful presence in those situations, but it's definitely something doable. It's not some kind of magic. This is just how our brain works. This is something like a habit, like a skill. And for those people like me who had some history of dieting, with some who has history of very unhealthy relationship with food, all those things in most cases are some loops, some habits that were built up not by weeks but by years, but practically all our lives since childhood. So obviously it's something that has very deep roots in our brain, in our nervous system, in the way how we behave, and it takes time to change it. But the good news is this is something that can be changed. Bad habits can be unlearned, good habits can be built, and this is already something that modern science can prove. There are some strategies that we may apply in order to reach that goal and in order to be in that place. So the first thing I want to mention, it's something that I've been talking many times in so many of my previous videos, is the idea of ditching all or nothing thinking, black or white thinking. While we still keep calling some certain food bad or forbidden and some other food is good and healthy, we're still creating this fear around that food. The only way, and I know it's hard, hard for sure, because this is something that I was personally dealing with and I'm still dealing with, but I guarantee you it's totally worth it. It changes the attitude to food so dramatically. It heals this unhealthy relationship with food, but it does take time to change it. So again, what we need to keep telling ourselves while we're eating any kind of food, salad, ice cream, doesn't matter, that I'm eating this food for a particular purpose. I want to get some kind of nutrients, or I want to get some kind of satisfaction, and there is no bad food. Once I'm eating my ice cream, I should not blame myself. That's okay. I'm eating because food, whether we like it or not, food is also something that deeply connected with our satisfaction. This is in our DNA. This is something that we got throughout evolution. There is nothing to worry about that, because this is part of our nature. We only need to deal with that correctly. No matter what you're eating, there should be no restriction, there should be no forbidden food. Of course, some type of food is more healthy than other, some type of food can bring us more benefit than other, but we should not demonize all that fast food and sugar food. We should limit it in case we want to reach our health goals, but they should not be like demons. This is something that we use, we love, and we accept it and we allow it. This brings me to my next very important point: no restriction. So it's okay to keep at home different kinds of food, and my previous video is about that. It's okay not to follow schedule. It's okay sometimes to eat something different that you think is not so good for you. The point is, make peace with all kind of food. There should be no restriction, there should be no guilt, there should be no blaming around any kind of food. My next part, it's the most eye-opening for me. It's the idea of mindful questioning, and again I have a separate video about that. The idea is once you want some kind of food, you ask yourself question, why I want this particular food. For example, I just had a big proper meal, but I still feel like I want to eat that cake. Why do I want to eat that cake? Am I bored? Am I tired? Am I stressed? Do I want to have some kind of entertainment today? Maybe I'm not feeling satisfied today, so I want to add some kind of satisfaction. And the point here is not just to stop yourself from eating that cake. Point yourself, again, as I told many times, to stop this autopilot zombie mode when you don't even understand what's happening, and you can eat half of the fridge and only after stop because of pain in your stomach and ask yourself, why have I done it? Or like, how did it happen? I don't even understand how I was able to eat the whole cake. But once you're still eating that cake, you're still eating that dessert, you're still eating that food that you think you should not eat, but you are being present, you are being mindful, it creates such a huge difference. And maybe for the first week, for the first months, you still will not be able to reach your health goals, your weight loss goals, because you still will be keeping to eating that food. But you will build very useful skill, very useful habit to be present. Because the worst thing that can happen to us who are fighting with binge eating, who are fighting with emotional eating and strong craving, it's just to be blind, to be on this autopilot mode when you feel that you have no control, when food controls you, but you are not controlling food, you are not controlling yourself in that situation. It's like somebody else in your body eating that fridge, eating that cake, without even understanding how the hell did it happen. My next point is connected with a very useful thing as well, connected with what I have just said previously. It's this idea that you observe yourself. So once you ask yourself those questions and being honest and answering those questions, at the same time you are kind of observing yourself. Okay, now I feel that I want to eat this cake. Why? And you are answering honestly. Or I feel bored, and why I want to eat this cake. Is there something else I can do not to feel so bored? And while you are asking yourself those questions and you're answering those questions and being honest with yourself, you are kind of observing yourself without guilt, without shame. So you're asking yourself those questions not in order to punish yourself or restrict yourself later, but you are kind of trying to teach yourself to be curious about yourself. I didn't know it about myself. So when I'm bored, or when I don't have enough happiness in my life, or maybe my week was just boring, full of job and nothing else, and I want to create for myself some kind of entertainment, that's why I'm buying this fancy dessert and eating, not because I'm hungry, but I don't have enough entertainment in my life, and this is how I entertain myself. So maybe I will find a different way to entertain myself. And you are kind of first faking this curiosity, but with the time, once this skill is getting stronger and this habit is building up, it will feel so natural, and this curiosity will be not fake anymore, but real honest curiosity full of love. So I hope you find this video useful. I'm gonna keep making videos like this because for me it's the biggest thing that I have discovered recently in the last couple of months. I've been fighting with that for years practically, since the time I was a teenager, and now I'm almost 40. So it's been a very long way to build this unhealthy attitude to food. And the thing is that I can see this progress already just in a couple of months, something that I have been fighting for years. It's so inspiring, it's so motivating, that I hope you also can have this feeling, because it's a very, very nice feeling. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.